Good morning, beautiful lights. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday to you all. Oh my goodness, I am ecstatic for this Facebook Live. I am ecstatic. It has been resonating with me for many weeks, and I'm just blown away that here it is. Here it is today on Thursday. So, welcome to all of you who are coming on live, and I am going to wait just a little bit. Like I've said in the past, it seems like it takes about 3 to 4 minutes for people to pop on and for the people to kind of get up to speed with Facebook. So it's interesting. It's just that type of delay. So I'm just going to go ahead and share with you some things as people pop on. And if you're watching the replay, welcome to the replay, right? And so again, happy Thursday and happy Zadkiel Day to you. So today is Zadkiel Day. And so today is all of your successes are coming to fruition. So as we look forward, as we have, let's say, these little seeds of hope and of dreams and that kind of thing, looking at Monday, looking at Angel Gabriel coming in and sharing with us that all of our dreams, hopes, and aspirations can come true. Then we look at Thursday and we have Angel Zadkiel. And Angel Zadkiel allows us to ensure that success and wisdom come to us. And so I look at that succession throughout the week, and there are a lot of times that I'll get these ideas, these insights, these little fruitions at the beginning of the week. And then a lot of times by Thursday, it seems like a lot of that comes to fruition. And it's a pretty exciting time. And I love that Angel Zadkiel is here. And as I shared in the previous videos from last week, the lens of perception, and then also the trust in spirit, I get ringing in the ears, right? And I feel like I can say yes, so I know that's spirit. And there are times that I'll get a ringing in my ears, and that ringing in my ears is, I just know that it pertains to perhaps a thought that I just had, and it's affirming that thought. And what is really neat, and what I get to allow you to witness, is that I am now tuning into certain tones of these ear ringings, right? And so last week I had certain tones in my left ear that were certain angels. Same with my right ear. So this morning I was taking a little hike, and I put a little picture from my hike of this beautiful deer that walked across my path. And I was, at the time, I had ringing in my ears, and I realize now that that's Angel Zadkiel. So that is Angel Zadkiel, and I'm loving that that is the tone that I get to hear. So it was interesting because it was like, some of the tones are higher pitched, and Angel Zadkiel's was just this almost like a muted ringing in my ear. And so I loved having that, and I don't necessarily feel like it attests, like the tones attest to any one angel as like higher or more influential or that type of thing. I feel like they all have their use and they all have their gifts that they're sharing with us. And so when I looked at Angel Zadkiel, and actually I had the ringing first, and then I attributed it to Angel Zadkiel, what was really neat about that is that it was just kind of this lower tone that was coming through. And so now I know that when I get this lower tone, then I'm going to be channeling Angel Zadkiel. So welcome to those hopping on. Wonderful to have you here. And I was just sharing that I'm getting more insights about my ears ringing and who that exactly is. Good morning, Amy. Thank you for being here. And so talking about the various angels, and that you all are witnessing my increased awareness of the tones of this ringing. And I've always absolutely loved music. I played clarinet and piano, and I'm a singer. And so I've always kind of been in tune with various tones. And for these tones to match up with angels, I think is so awesome and so profound. And so it's really exciting to have this space in order to share this with you all. So today is all about leap of faith. And as we're looking at leap of faith, what's really interesting is that I didn't know with this, let's say, series of talks that Spirit was dropping in throughout last week and into this week, I didn't realize that they all correlated. I just thought, okay, so I'm going to do lens of perception. Okay, I'm going to do trust in Spirit. And then this week, I had opportunity to do a video about emotional understanding, and now I'm doing leap of faith. What is so awesome about all of this is that I didn't realize that this was a series, and also that my husband is going to be coming on Tuesday at 9 a.m. to share about his expertise. And so his title, which I just found out this morning, is Keeping the Faith. Okay, so we go from lens of perception, we go into trust in Spirit, and I am looking at leap of faith, and then he's doing keeping the faith, which I think is so cool. I just think, okay, thank you, Spirit. And so I think that also helps me to recognize to always trust in Spirit. They have a plan, right? So that's me being able to connect the dots backwards. And so with that, I shared a picture. Thank you for the hearts. I shared a picture on Facebook last night, and it was a picture of me holding 3 of my journals, and then the next picture is me burning the journals, okay? So I counted them. I had 65 journals over the last so many years, I think over the last 3 or perhaps 4 years, and they were stacked up around my nightstand. And I'm a pretty organized person, so you wouldn't believe there were 65 journals there, right? And I really realized that some of those journals were really holding me back. And so it just felt like a lot of emotional baggage. It felt like past hurts, past resentments that just really didn't serve me anymore. And so I took a leap of faith on that and decided to burn my journals. And so I burned, I think, over 40 of those journals. And throughout those journals too, what happens is I get insights. So not only am I purging and releasing and emotionally clearing, but I'm also getting insights. And so what I love about that is that I'll get a lot of insights during that time of clearing about Facebook Lives I should do, about what I need to do next for my career or my business. And it's so interesting because I had this thought, I think it was in January, because I was thinking about burning my journals for like the last 6 months. And I was writing with Spirit, and I just said, Spirit, these are all great insights. And if I get rid of these journals, then how am I going to get these insights? And they said, we will drop them in again. And so I loved that they said that, because I burned all these journals, and then I had this leap of faith video that I had planned, and all of my insights about leap of faith had been burned, right? So let that settle in for a second. Burned, like up in flames. And I just thought, whoa. And then I had to jump over to trusting in Spirit. They said they would drop it back in. And I think too that we can't always be attached to a timeline. And so here I'm getting all these insights over the last month about leap of faith and that type of thing. Well, guess what? Right now is the divine timing for that. And so they have been dropping it in. They have been dropping in the insights. And also what they're doing with me, and I hope that they're also doing this with you, is helping you to see and helping me to see. Hello to those who are jumping on. I'm just explaining about burning my journals and taking that leap of faith and realizing that after I burned, a lot of the past hurts and resentments, it dawned on me that I also burned some of the insights that I had gotten for various inspirational talks coming up, etc. Good morning, Brenda. And so Again, thank you again for that leap of faith. And again, I was able to, with that burning, not only trust in spirit, but also allow for that container. So allow for that space. So all of a sudden I burned over 40 journals. And so there's a lot of space after that, right? There's a lot of space. And I feel that that's what I'm really getting, is that when you take that leap of faith, when you are able to remove some of the stuff that's not serving you, and you take that leap of faith, there's a container there for you. There's a space there for you, and Spirit will provide. And so that's exactly what happened here. I burned all these insights, and I was like, oh my gosh. And realizing that I didn't need to be attached to those, because Spirit was just going to drop it back in. And Spirit has also been helping me to be much more efficient with my time, much more efficient with my time. And so sometimes they're not dropping in insights during my journaling, and they're just dropping them right in right before some of these videos. And I like that too. I think it just keeps us super efficient. So leap of faith, burning those journals, burning some of the insights, and just trusting that Spirit was going to drop it in again. And so what I loved about that, we had this family journal burning, and what I loved about that is that we had chocolate covered bananas, we had s'mores, and we were actually kind of celebrating during this time. So it was my husband and my son and I, and it was so sweet because my son says, oh mama, look, all your thoughts are going to heaven, and all your dreams can come true. God will make all your dreams come true. And you know what? If your dreams have already come true, then God's just going to make sure that they come true again. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this little wisdom from this sweet little 8-year-old who's going to be 9 next week. You know, I just think, oh my gosh, yes. And so I think that part of this leap of faith is that trust in Spirit. And so I'm really glad that some of these other videos and these other ideas came forward, and I can tell I'm channeling a little bit faster. And so if the technology kind of goes a little bit, you let me know, because as I start channeling and start getting kind of hypey or kind of movement, then sometimes it blurs or sometimes it freezes, and so I know that it's just Spirit and I kind of interacting with technology. And so I love that too, just because he was able to change my lens of perception even in that moment, right, where I'm like, I'm burning all these past hurts and that type of thing, and he's like, look mama, your thoughts are going to heaven, your dreams are going to come true, and if they already came true, they're going to come true again. God will make sure of it. And it's that this beautiful wisdom of this little boy, and changing that lens of perception, and then trusting in Spirit, like trusting, once I realized that those insights were burned, trusting in Spirit that they were coming back again. And here they are, right? Here we are in this moment now. So I absolutely loved that so much. And I'm just making sure that I'm staying on track. So, yeah, and so I wanted to share a leap of faith, a very, very physical leap of faith that I did, and to be able to help you all to correlate to some of the ideas that Spirit and I are really pulling through. And so with leap of faith, it goes to that trust in Spirit, and recognizing the second thought phenomenon, and recognizing your gut instinct, recognizing that your intuition, that first thought, is what we need to go with. And the second thought is usually ego, it's usually us trying to analyze and that type of thing. And so what we're looking at here is that with that leap of faith, you go with your gut instinct, okay? So you go with your gut instinct, and then you take action. And I'm not saying that's the only way, I'm just saying that that's one way, okay? And so I wanted to give you an example of that. And so this example was actually that I didn't have the thought at all. And it was because my husband, this was about 12 years ago, he had a surprise for me for my birthday. And we were leading up to it, and he was giving me clues and that type of thing, and I really had no idea what we were doing. And then something with balloons, I'm like, oh cool, we're gonna go on a hot air balloon ride, I had no idea. So on my birthday, he drives me like out into the back country. I have no idea where we're going. It's near Nampa. We're traveling and traveling and traveling, and then we go off this dirt road. I'm like, what? Is there a hot air balloon out here? And then I'm like, oh, it's at an airport. I'm like, well, that makes perfect sense. I don't know why in my mind I thought it was hot air balloon, but it made sense. So then what happens is we pull up and I'm like, oh, airport, that makes perfect sense. We're going to be on a hot air balloon ride. So I get out of the car and all of a sudden, like, these people that I hadn't seen for a while. So I was living in Boise at the time, and then McCall is where I had been living for a while. So some of my friends from McCall started like running out of this shed toward me, and they're like giving me a hug, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, is everybody going on this hot air balloon ride? And so then they hug me, right? And as I pull back behind them, I see on one of the sheds it says skydiving, and I thought, I'm going skydiving today. Right? But I couldn't think, right? It was already action. The thought was already there. And so my husband surprised me with skydiving 12 years ago. And so I wasn't actually able to make that first thought, but guess what? I definitely needed to take action. And so I want to help you to see that when we're taking that action, we are always provided for, right? And so here's my friends coming out of the woodwork. They're supporting me. And actually 3 of them went skydiving with us. And so, here's that support. And I just remember going up in the airplane and I having that trepidation, having that fear, that kind of thing. And that's okay because we're human. We have that fear. And some of the people in the plane, they were working there, and they were actually saying, like, is there something wrong with the plane? Is there something wrong with the plane? There was nothing wrong with the plane, but they were just adding to that, like, that fear, that anticipation. And so I did tandem, and I did with this really awesome fella. He knew exactly what he was doing, and we were sitting on the edge of the plane, and he said, we're gonna go on 3. He goes 1, 2, and he pushed me. And I was like, where's 3? Where's 3? And so I had my eyes closed, and we were doing a bunch of back somersaults, and I had my eyes closed, right? And so he's behind me, so he has no idea my eyes are closed, and all of a sudden I hear him say, hey, open your eyes. And I'm like, how did he know my eyes were closed? And so when I opened my eyes, I realized I was safe, right? And so that's what happens with the leap of faith. And I know this is like a really grandiose example, but at the same time, I needed to jump, I needed to trust, and guess what? He had me, and he wanted to make sure that I enjoyed the scenery, right? He wanted me to make sure that I was witnessing that leap of faith. And so we made it. Obviously, I'm here with you now, and it was exhilarating. It was wonderful, and I was really, really thankful for that. So, taking action and knowing we're fully supported, and so with that, taking that action really shows Spirit that we're ready. Okay. And so sometimes I feel like people feel like they need to prepare. So, okay, I need to prepare for such and such. I need to prepare for this leap of faith. But guess what, you guys? There are times that we just need to go. We just need to go and just know that we're going to be caught. Right? Know that parachute, when I was skydiving, that parachute was going to come up. I had to trust in that. And so I feel that another example is that and it just keeps coming, you guys. Like I've taken so many leaps of faith that now I'm like, oh, I see the pattern. I see how it works. And so thank you so much for the hearts. And they keep doing on the nose. Isn't that cute? And so as some of you know, when I get on the nose, that's Spirit's way of telling me that we're on the right track. So I love that I keep getting that. And so multiple leaps of faith, and this is what I'm noticing with the patterns, is let's say, I think it was in March, I got an invitation to go down to California for a mastermind. And this mastermind was by my coach, Sasha Sterling, and she had a 3-day course and a 3-day workshop for us to be inspired and for us to get the support we needed in order to have an online business, in order to get out there. And we have budgeted money and that kind of thing. And so in all honesty, we didn't have a budget for going to California in a month. And so, but my first thought was, I have to go. I have to. I have to go. And so that was my first thought. And so I didn't even let myself go to second thought. I didn't. And so I'm booking the plane ticket, and all of a sudden I had this little trepidation, so I'm booking the plane ticket and I'm at work. Like it's perfect timing. Like there's a cancellation. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going, I'm booking the plane ticket. And I picked up Pendulum because I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm having a little bit of fear. So going into that trust in spirit, what do we have to do? So from that video, it talks about that. It talks about go ahead and pick up Pendulum. Go ahead and do your affirmations that you're doing the right thing, because we're going to have that fear. That's just what's ingrained in us from our past, right? From our ancestors, just to keep us safe. And so I'm like, oh gosh, and Pendulum's like, yes, do it now. And then I'm hearing Spirit say, the money will come in, you're fine, the money will come in. And sure enough, in a couple days, the money came in for that plane ticket. And I just thought, I took the leap of faith, Spirit caught me, they allowed for that container in that space, and then they made sure they provided. Even to the point that I didn't have money for the car rental. Again, we budget, so there wasn't like, oh, we didn't even have California in the books. And then all of a sudden I need a car rental. And 2 days before I went, the car rental was paid for. And so there you go, like that leap of faith. Okay, so that leap of faith. And when you leap, you're caught every single time. And I just recently did an interview and with this amazing coach. Her name is Darcy Lubo, and I'll put that in the group. And she's a mindset coach. And we talked about acceptance, that sometimes we don't take that leap of faith, or we don't realign with what our life purpose is because we are worried about acceptance. And so I feel like I've talked about that in the past. It's just our tribe, it's just our thinking and our tribe trying to keep us safe. Like, don't jump out of a plane. You might not be accepted. You might not live. But I lived, right? And so even with this mastermind, so even going down to California, am I going to be accepted? Do I belong? Should I do this, right? And we're always accepted. And Spirit dropped this in a couple days ago. They just said, acceptance is your birthright. It's your birthright. So I need to share this story, you guys. So I'm at the mastermind, and we are... we're putting together our next, thank you, Brenda, true. We're putting together our next so many months. So they talk about in this business plan, every 3 months you have something kind of new that you're looking at. And so I'm looking at September, and I'm a professor at the university, so at ISU here in town. And I'm looking and I'm like, I'm not going to have time. I'm not going to have time for what I'm doing and what my plan is and what my purpose is in September. So that's going to be kind of like my layoff time, right? So I have 3 months of just kind of being laid off from my passion, right? And that's actually what happened last year, is when I went into professorhood, which I teach in the fall. My passion kind of dwindled, right? My passion dwindled. And it was a hard time. It was a really hard time. And even to the point that physically, my body was trying to give me signals by this old injury that flared up. And it flared up for 3 months straight, right? Because I wasn't in the right spot. And so I'm at this mastermind. Let me try to get you where we are. At this mastermind in April. We're making our timeline. And all of a sudden, I get a message that changed my life, that changed my course, right? And so I get this, and it's one of those things that we go through that actually kind of tears us apart, right? And so sometimes when we don't go with our first thought, Spirit will make sure that we get aligned. And so again, last fall, my ribs are really hurting. I'm stressing. I'm not living my life purpose. I'm not living my passion, right? And I'm getting all these signals, and I'm at this mastermind, and I just felt Spirit come in and just kind of tear me apart. I don't know how else to describe it. It's one of those times maybe when you fall to your knees, that type of thing where you're just like, what now? And so I remember leaving the workshop, going out to the courtyard, calling my husband. There was just a lot of things that were happening. I was crying, I was sobbing, and thankfully I'm in this courtyard, and there's all these balconies around this hotel, all these people that have balconies that are able to step outside their hotel rooms and overlook the courtyard. And here I'm sobbing down in the courtyard, and thankfully there was not one person on the balcony, right? And I said to him, you know what? I have to live my life purpose, and I have to put in my resignation letter. I have to. And so he wholeheartedly agreed. He said, absolutely, I support you 100%, right? Support. So support. I took that leap. I was like, I'm done there, right? I'm done. I don't have time. I want to live my life purpose. I don't want to be in pain. And he supported me, right? We're always accepted. We're always supported. And so that's what I did, you guys. That's what I did. And that was another leap of faith, right? And so I just am seeing all of these patterns that we go through, that we just need to go with that first thought. We need to take action. And Spirit's always giving us those signs, right? So fall of 2016, and I'm in all this pain, and I'm stressed, and I'm not living my passion. Those were all my signs to get out, right? And instead, it took me in April being torn apart and sobbing in a courtyard to say, I need to be done, and I need to realign with my life purpose. And I also feel like that as we're looking at that, then we are able to be an example for others, okay? As we take that leap of faith, we can be an example for others. And I feel that, you know, with my spiritual advising students, with the people I'm doing readings with, so I'm a role model. Right? I'm a role model, you guys. And so it's almost like I need to take that leap of faith. I have to, because people are watching. and not to put that added pressure on myself. It's almost like it adds to the exhilaration. It adds to the excitement. It adds to the inspiration. Like, I might as well go because people are watching, right? The skydiving, right? Was I going to back down? No, I had 5 friends there that were going to skydive with me. And so really taking that leap of faith, knowing we're supported, and knowing as soon as we do that, we are truly, truly, truly aligned with where we need to be. And I just really want you all to really feel that. Like, where are you necessary right now? And to get aligned and to take that leap and to not even go to the second thought. Take that first thought, take action and go, and just go. Oh, thank you, Amy. I love you too. Thank you. Thank you. Much, many, many blessings, and much light, love, and many blessings. And thank you. And even to the point that a week and a half ago, so I'm a Reiki master teacher with Holy Fire. And then I may have shared this already, but I had opportunity to be able to take Reiki teacher from my lineage. And again, the money's not budgeted, right? I'm just like, but I'm doing it, leap of faith. I call up my instructor from level 1, 2, and master, and I say, I just need a little bit more training. I want it. I want to remember our lineage. I want to remember our rituals. And so her and I got together, and we were together for about 4.5 hours yesterday morning, and we did it, and I am just buzzing, and I know that this is my life purpose. I know catching some of those rituals that have been perhaps lost from ancient times, and making sure that I'm also teaching those, that was important to me, right? Again, the money wasn't budgeted. I took the first thought, I took action, and guess what? The money manifested. I kid you not. So all of a sudden I'm like dropping $400, right? For this teacher class, and I'm just like, and again, it's not budgeted, right? In the next 2 days, guess what, you guys? I made $415, right? I took the leap of faith, and that is happening all over the place, and it can happen to you as well. You take the leap, and Spirit supports you, right? And sometimes our thinking is we need to prepare, we need to be ready, and at the same time, Spirit just wants you to jump. They just want you to take the leap of faith. They sometimes don't tell you the logistics. They don't tell you how, right? You just got to go. And so even with burning my journals and then being like, oh my gosh, all those insights are gone. How am I going to do this? And Spirit's like, oh, just you wait. And here we are now. And I'm teaching and sharing these insights that I burned, right? I burned those, but they're still there. And so being able to recognize that we need to take that leap of faith, and sometimes we don't prepare for it, and Spirit, I feel like Spirit steps up and they're just like, oh, hi, you've arrived. Oh, we're ready for you, and they do, they just jump forward. And as you're going through that, as you're getting into your alignment, just do whatever you need to do to trust in Spirit. Trust in Spirit, trust in Spirit. Look at that video. What did we talk about? About trusting in Spirit. If you need, If you need, I'm about to tell you something really big, so I'm preparing myself. If you need yourself to affirm yourself, I'm about to tell you guys something really big. So I'm preparing myself, right? Just emotionally. Take that first thought, take action, and allow Spirit to support you. You're always accepted. You always belong. You're always loved, right? You're always loved, always accepted. That's your birthright, okay? Take that thought, take action, and they support you every single time. I kid you not, okay? So you ready to witness this? I'm announcing this, and I'm trying not to choke up. So I'm taking a leap of faith, and you all are witnessing it. And I took that first thought, and I'm committing. And in January, I am going to Thailand. And I picked out my passport this morning. And it's expired, but that's okay. My first step is to make sure that it is not expired. So it expired a year ago, and I'm taking the leap, you guys, and you're witnessing it. And so, sure, I'm like, whoa, I wasn't expecting these emotions. And so, take that leap of faith, and I'm showing you guys, like, you just have to do it. You just have to do it, and you just have to know that you're fully supported, and I support you, and I accept you, and I'm going to Thailand. I'm going to Thailand. I've never been out of the yes, I have been out of the United States to Canada and Mexico. And anyway, and to the Bahamas. That's why I have the passport. We went there for our let's see, for my husband and my honeymoon. And so that's why I have a passport. So with this, thank you, Brenda. She's like, I support you. Thank you so much. And so with that, I'm taking the leap of faith, you guys. My very first thought was, I have to go, right? I have to take action. I have to go. And then some of the monkey mind came in, right? The second thought phenomenon, like, how am I going to do this? Da, 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 da. And I just thought, I just have to leap. So I'm going to Thailand in January, and it'll be exciting. It'll be exciting to see how Spirit makes that happen for me. And if you all want to come with, I would love it. And good morning, Chan. Yeah, oh my gosh, wonderful to see you. So Chan is from India, and amazing, right? India. And it's amazing that you came on, because I saw you come on right before I was going to announce that I'm going to Thailand in January. And so thank you, even just from Spirit, that Chan, you came on, right? So I just think, oh my gosh, he's over there. So, and here we're making it happen, and it's epic, you guys. And I want this for you. Like, I want you to take that leap of faith, okay? And so as we're moving forward, take that leap of faith. And for those of you who are jumping on, that leap of faith is I'm trying to collect myself, is taking that first thought and taking action. Taking that first thought and taking action, trusting in Spirit. And if you need pendulum to tell you, yes, this is correct, this is good, you need to keep going. And as I was telling the story earlier, in April, wondering if I should go down to California for this mastermind, and first thought was yes, and second, and my action was getting on the computer and booking a plane ticket, right? And then I used pendulum, like, is this okay, pendulum? Like, I'm doing this. And they said yes, and everything was there, and everything, I was fully supported. Everything came in. You know, even taking Reiki teacher yesterday, I was like, oh, I don't know, is this in the budget? It wasn't in the budget, but guess what? I took the leap, and Spirit said, well, here you go, and here's a little bit extra surplus. Right? We take that leap, we're accepted, we're loved, we're there, right? We're fully supported. I want the same for you. And so my first thought, again, I'm just going to announce it again because I am kind of blown away. My first thought is, I'm going to Thailand. And my action is, I need to update my passport. And so I'm going to do that. And you all are a witness to that. And I just want to keep assisting you all to take that leap of faith and to take action and to leap and to know you're accepted, okay? Because that's how it works. We leap, and we're supported. And just like I was talking about the skydiving, we leap and the parachute opens, right? The parachute opened for me, right? I'm still here. I'm still telling you this story. I survived. And so thank you so much, Cynthia. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to be a conduit for Spirit, for showing you, take your leap of faith. We got to do it, you guys. We got to do it. And I support you. I support you fully, fully, fully. And I have some affirmations just to wind this, kind of bring this all together, right? And so part of that, let's see, going from first thought to action and not to the second thought phenomenon, is to do affirmations, like is to really truly believe in yourself. And so again, you're accepted. And so one of the affirmations is, love and acceptance are mine. I love myself. So let's say that together. So love and acceptance are mine. I love myself. 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 And so as you love yourself, you recognize your potential and you take that leap, right? You take that leap. And another one that they were dropping is my decisions are always perfect for me. So my decisions are always perfect for me. My decisions are always perfect for me, right? My decisions are always perfect for me. My decisions are always perfect for me. And so as we even look at, like I look at going to Thailand, right? And I'm like, that decision is perfect. I'm not going to leap to how, because how is already in the works. I made that decision. How is going to happen? And they dropped in another one. Ooh, here we go. This is perfect. I always attract the help that I need. I always attract the help 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 I need. So you're always accepted, you always belong, and you're always supported. You're always supported, you guys, always. And even when I told my husband, I'm doing this, he said, I support you. That's what he said, I support you. And so sometimes we take that leap of faith and we're not even sure, is my spouse going to support me? And, that kind of thing. Guess what? I'm glad, I'm elated, right? But guess what too? I already knew that Spirit supported me. I already knew that, right? So here's number 4. Are you guys ready? I am allowing the highest good and divine timing to prevail. This or something better. I am allowing the highest good and divine timing to prevail. This or something better. I am allowing the highest good and divine timing to prevail. This or something better, right? We take that leap and sometimes we get something better. And they're dropping in when I went to the mastermind, there was a lot of things that were something better, right? When I went to the mastermind in California, even to the point that my coach opened up and said, hey, if you all come on to the Young Living Oils, I will support you and I will coach you for 8 months. And anybody who you bring on, I will coach them for 8 months for free, which is, I think she said it was a $7,000 value, right? And I'm like, I like free. And so I wasn't expecting that to happen, right? This or something better. All of these relationships, they were better. They were better. And all of these connections that I made in California, they were better, right? This or something better, divine timing. And I think about that too, burning those journals, right? All of those insights up in flames, you guys, up in flames. And my stomach just dropped because I was like, what did I just do, right? I trusted in Spirit. And guess what? This live video, Spirit dropped it right back in. Right back in. Right back in, right here, right now. Even though everything was burned, right? And I'm brought back to my son saying, oh good, all your thoughts are going to heaven. That's what he said, right? So if we can think about that, like as I'm burning these journals, all these thoughts are going to heaven. Well, guess what? Heaven's sending them right back down for you. And that's what I want for you, is I want you to take that leap of faith, and I support you, and I want to let you know that you belong and you're accepted, and I will catch you, Spirit, and I will catch you. Just to be able to be in that space and to be able to be caught, and to allow yourself to be caught, right? to jump and be caught. That parachute, when I was skydiving, it went off. So yes, thank you so much for being here, everyone, and take that leap of faith. I had no idea. This Facebook Live, I had no idea what it was going to look like. And all of those other leaps of faith that I've taken, I had no idea, right? But Spirit supported me, and Spirit collected me. And so again, sometimes we feel like we need to prepare, and then I'll go ahead and take a leap of faith. No, we got to go with that first thought, and we got to jump, right? And then they show us how. And I think that's the beauty of it, is that sometimes the how, we're really, really surprised by that. We're really surprised by the how. And it's actually really fun. It's like birthday parties when you were little. And birthday parties were really fun because you're opening up these birthday gifts and you're like, it's a surprise, it's a surprise, it's a surprise. Well, that's what Spirit wants for you. So thank you so much for tuning in. I absolutely adore every single one of you. I support you. Spirit supports you. Take that leap. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So take that leap. First thought, leap. You're caught. Okay? You're caught. You're caught. Spirit will support you. Spirit will support you. So again, thank you so very, very much for being here. Much light, much, much, much love to you. Many blessings. Take that leap. Take it. You got it. You guys all take care. See you next time.